All right, start by
Interesting.
saying what
It's so
food your mother
difficult
hangs
these
outside the
days.
window. 'Cause
Hello, Internet. Welcome to Kaleidoscope,
hello.
where we talk to random guests about their perspectives of the world. We're joined today by friend of the podcast, Ryan.
Not,
Ryan?
not so random today.
Where,
Hello. Glad to be
as
back.
always, by my lovely co-host, Luigi. He's the one
Hello, I'm
laughing.
Luigi. What kind of meat
And
do you hang outside of your
me.
window, folks?
My name is Ray. I'm the preferred political weapon of the GOP.
Oh my goodness.
And listening to fucking hell.
Yeah!
Yeah.
Welcome to hell, viewers. Welcome to the internet's most underrated podcast.
Up and coming. It's a young contender.
Ruby's having emotional difficulty today
Hmm.
because her internet's terrible.
She's processing, just like your internet.
I'm having emotional difficulty because it's the winter time and it's cold.
Can't gain them gains. Feel free.
No gains. If I'm
No
sniffing
gains.
a lot, I apologize.
We got a new host. Ray.
I'm back. I'm
Yeah.
having the worst goddamn time, but this seems to be the best connection so far. So let's try that again. Hello,
A little
Internet.
better quality.
Yeah, this is much better. I don't know why. Luigi, why aren't you still laughing? You should. That was
Good.
great. That was a great intro. Okay. Anyway, I'm the preferred
Hey,
political
clip
weapon
it.
of the GOP.
Put it in there.
Clip it.
I don't know.
It will be. No, it's uploaded already. It will be. Don't you worry. It's gonna be there. Okay. We're talking
I'll
today
use magical
about.
editing to put in my laughter.
I will. I'm gonna put your laughter on a soundboard and then just proc it every single time.
Nice.
Push.
Good. It's the cursing episode.
Yeah.
Every 5 seconds, Ruby gets livid.
It really grinds my gears. Poor internet quality.
Yeah. From Ruby, of all people. She should have the best internet quality out of all three of us.
Where all the
She
proceeds
spares no
going?
expense. Yeah. I'm stingy.
Yeah,
Mine
you're
lives
eating
in
ramen noodles and
America.
potato chips. Come on.
Dude,
Come on.
I think I'm onto a new diet fad. Eat garbage, lose weight.
How do you do it? You still hitting
Eat
the
garbage. Lay down. Yeah, I do. Eat garbage. Lay down for 8 hours and watch TV.
gym?
Lose weight. That's it. That's the secret.
And inject GLP-1.
High
Put
functional.
a little on my eggs. Flip them a little more.
They need to take my DNA and make a new kind of Ozempic.
Luigi roids.
I'm patient zero.
100% Luigi-derived HGH. Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
What's wrong with me?
I've been meaning to text you. Every time I go to the gym, I see these people
Yeah.
who just stand in the middle of the workout area texting for 10, 20, 30 minutes. And they don't lift anything. They just stand there texting.
Are they
Oh my
Chinese?
God. Some of them are. There are actually a lot of Chinese here.
Then tell them. Tell them the rules. Oh, it's worse here. Dude, people, you know what? It's opposite here. It's like, no, people stand in front of they stand around and do nothing and they hog the equipment. Yeah. But they don't wipe after they finish. You know that. They maybe wipe. Yeah, they maybe wipe when they use the equipment. So I'm like, all right, I guess I'll do that. So I spray it before I use it. It's so dirty. Oh, the gym's disgusting.
Come in a hazmat suit. It's the only way. It's the only way.
I wear gardening gloves with like the rubber grips.
Do you?
I do, yeah.
I mean, does it help with the bench bar?
It's really good for gripping. Those ones with like the spray
I
rubber.
can see that. Yeah, I can see that.
But by like the end, they're all like orange because the equipment's so rusted and just
Is that old?
misuse. Oh, it's terrible, dude. You never went to a public gym here. You only
Ghetto
went to
gym.
school. But like ours was bad too, right? Remember?
We got
People
new.
didn't
Oh
buy
yeah, we
equipment.
did buy. We bought equipment from like another school, I think.
Oh,
Forgot.
that's cool. But
Oh, all the good
it's
stuff
trash.
was hoarded by the PE teacher. I remember having to run over there and grab it back because he'd take it from the gym. And
That guy.
that
I forgot
guy.
about that guy.
I'm back.
Hey, you get fiber internet yet?
Is it better or worse?
We're talking about gym culture.
You're talking about gym culture. You know what?
Gymfluencers.
I'm gonna plug in this internet thing.
But I think Ruby
Okay.
goes to civilized gyms.
And if I drop again, I'm just gonna change
They give
my
you
Yes,
nice
Ruby,
warm
I'm on a
moist
VPN.
tellets.
Maybe that's the problem.
Yeah. Should I not be on a
Yep,
VPN?
I'm about to drop again.
You're affecting her connection?
Fucking
Nah.
terrible.
I think this is just a clever ploy so she doesn't have to answer the question about her mom eating food outside. Just like tackling that lag switch. Yeah.
That's
Was
why.
it
What?
fruit or was it food?
Right? I need to know. We were almost
I'm
to
just
the.
gonna send. I'm gonna send pictures in the group. I took pictures because I'm like, this is insane. Look in the group, and then I'll show you.
She's back.
I figured it
And
out.
then she. Okay, what was it?
I was on literally not on 5G. I was on like 2.5G.
You
Oh my
loser.
god. And a lemon.
Yeah,
Are they gonna peel the lemon? Is that an apple?
It's not a lemon. It's an egg yolk.
Oh my god.
And then
Oh my
our
balls.
one colleague, he bought like a chat subscription. So he's always making AI photos of people, and he's always making AI photos of her. So funny. I'll show you one. Okay. Gotta be real careful when I send these things. Okay, look in the group, folks. Ruby, you too.
Okay. I'm trying to look in the chat. Oh, there we go. There's the chat. Oh, that group. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, not our chat. The other chat.
Oh, Jesus. That's really.
I mean, is it
That's
like on
really
a
quite-
cycle or she just leave it out there?
It's on a cycle. So then it disappeared, and we thought, oh, okay. She heard us talking about her. She got rid of it. She has shame. Nope. New food. New day, new food. Maybe that food's too old. I'll get the other garbage that we eat.
Well, the birds aren't hungry today. Poor thing.
Okay, but you know what the most disgusting thing is? You can see that she's been doing it for a while because there's just like grease dripping down the wall.
Stains.
Yes, I know.
I thought they honored
my.
cows, not birds.
Like that's gonna get rats and stuff.
God, I hate that woman. I'm so glad I don't have to
Yeah.
associate with her anymore.
I've got stories. I got stories to tell you, Ruby. I'll tell you later. I'll tell you
I
today.
thought you were just
Yeah,
making
sure.
beef jerky.
Let's do it over lunch.
Of course.
Ryan.
Something to talk about.
Ryan, catch us up. What have you been up to lately?
Actually, I'm kind of celebrating. Yesterday, I did my first brain surgery. Put like a brain implant in a mouse, sealed him back up, brought him back to life. Doing fine.
What?
I'm officially a neurosurgeon. Yeah.
Do mice have less complex brains than humans?
They're completely smooth, so you can definitely call them a smooth brain. Perfectly smooth.
Wow.
Mhm.
So
But
what
they're
exactly
pretty
did you do
intelligent.
to it?
I have to solder these little tiny wires that are like thinner than a hair, 64 of them to this chip, and I plug all 64 wires down deep into his brain, and then I just record him. We're doing stuff on like sleep and dementia. Pretty interesting stuff. Really cool finding. This might actually revolutionize what we know about sleep. Turns out you can treat sleep kind of like exercise in the sense that when you're you go to the gym and you work yourself out and you're doing like acute damage, but in the long term you actually become stronger. There's actually a protocol where you limit the amount of sleep you get, even though you stop them from sleeping when they normally would sleep, and then they get a little bit extra sleep later in the day. And that's been shown to make their sleep more productive, and it actually helps drive away dementia. So it's almost like you can push sleep to be better.
So my lack of sleep my entire life is actually working in my favor.
Yeah, it's working great. Justification right there.
There you go. Good.
So is it better to like sleep less for a while and then sleep more for a while and vice versa?
So far, we've only tested this in mice, and we just made this finding, so it's gonna be a while before we actually do any kind of human guided studies. It's an interesting finding. We're still trying to characterize it.
That's very, very cool.
Yeah, it would be really nice if we could get less sleep but better sleep.
I've
We should
always
all
been
just go
kind of
back to the
Right.
midnight. We used to have a polyphasic sleep where you'd sleep like 10 to 1 and then like 2 to 5. That used to be the norm. Midnight was like literally everyone was awake. That's midnight. Everyone gets up,
Yeah.
does some reading by
That's the,
candlelight.
that's the sexy time.
Yeah,
I read about
and
that.
that.
That's when all the
It's
babies
really.
get made.
You can
Well,
tell
in the
what
I've always
past,
day I
been
it's
was
true. I'm not
for.
making this up. I read
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
I've always been
I
kind of
read
like
it.
anti-strict regime, like anti-strict sleeping cycle or sleeping schedule. It doesn't make sense to me. Just sleep when you're tired, like your body is communicating with you.
Yeah.
I think most people
Screw
can't
alarms.
listen to their bodies.
I agree with that. Oh,
Force
this is a
it.
good topic. The sleep
Hmm.
debate. When's the
Yeah,
best
let's
to
Do you
sleep.
sleep? I
think
think sleep. I think sleep hygiene. Go ahead, Ruby.
do you think
What were
the
you gonna say?
person who puts meat and stuff on our windowsill is able to listen to her body?
She listens to the birds. The birds tell her what to do.
It's not fair. Don't bring that up. Can't have that brought up to the viewers.
Taboo,
That was
taboo.
private.
I
I
shared
think
that with
that.
you in confidence.
I think a person who hangs meat out their window might not listen to their bodies or think they're listening to their bodies and doing a bad
She's
job.
just making beef jerky. Leave her alone. And
Okay,
egg
fine.
jerky.
Sure. Beef jerky from chicken wings and egg.
Egg jerky.
Chicken jerky. But I think okay. Well, I think it depends on every person. Each person different. So in that respect, you could win that argument. But I think a sleep schedule is very important, unless it's a
There's some
bigger
people with
conspiracy.
a genetic mutation that makes them only need 5 to 6 hours of sleep, and they still get
Yeah.
the same amount of benefits from sleep. So
Right.
we can do it better. Do it better.
Yes, but the challenge I think comes from the fact that we all have to get up and go to work.
That's why we have the 8 hour schedule. And it's even worse because the siesta style, like they do in China, used to be common, throughout South America, even in some of Europe. But all the travelers going around, they demand lunch at noon. So people had to start switching their sleep schedules to match ours. And
That's interesting.
yeah,
I wonder
it's
if
spread.
there are any like books on the history of sleep. Because what we think is
Yeah.
normal today probably ain't normal. Just
Ain't
different.
normal.
Surely there are. Surely there are.
It ain't right.
Let me
Yeah,
ask
there's-
chat about some books. What? And then we can
I've
plug
been
authors' books.
sleeping too little lately because I've been way too busy. I have another YouTube channel now. And this one I'm still looking for guests. I thank you for coming on again, Ryan. I really appreciate it and I love speaking to you.
Always a pleasure.
And then I started a company. I have a jewelry company. It's
Nice.
gonna start selling stuff this month.
I'm waiting for my free
And
jewelry.
Samples,
yeah,
samples.
sure. Wait, I had a yeah. This is one of the pieces actually. So,
I see all
stainless
three
steel,
pixels.
made to last. This I have a whole bunch of cool social media memes to go with the pictures of the jewelry, and I can't think of any now. Bringing it back to the point, my shameless plug aside, just I've been sleeping like 3 to 4 hours a night sometimes, and I feel fine. It's weird. I feel fine, and then sometimes, like on weekends, I just crash. Yesterday, I slept for 12 hours.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sleep debt. It's called sleep debt.
I thought sleep debt wasn't real. Do I have a runny
Believe
nose?
it.
Oh my god. Excuse me, folks. I'm gonna go
No, you're fine.
blow
I
my
can't see anything.
nose.
Do
I
it.
can't.
If you send me some jewelry, I'll pay you an exposure.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'll show you the website, and then you can choose something.
Oh yeah. Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Rock a bracelet.
It's all kind of inclusive jewelry though. So if that's your
Cool.
vibe, then
Most.
yeah.
I want the most trans necklace so I can wear it around my neck every day
This
for everyone
one.
to see.
You want this one?
Is that it?
This is estrogen. Yeah, this is an
But
estrogen
that's just
molecule.
chemistry. People are gonna be like, "Oh, he likes
I love
science. I
chemistry.
need something more."
Hell yeah.
Punch you in
Fine,
your face.
you can have the like transgender symbol with the male, female, and the cross. Yeah.
There you go. There you go, buddy.
That
That'll
works
turn
too.
heads. That'll make people angry.
I did
Yeah.
read a really interesting study yesterday. Fun fact, 70 to almost 90% of heart transplant recipients also get the temperaments and even the hobbies of the donor. So it seems like a lot of that is stored in the heart. But I was reading a case study of a lesbian who got a heart transplant from a heterosexual woman, and she became heterosexual. Seems that's where that's stored.
Your mitochondria, your cells.
Mitochondria. The
It
most
must be the
mitochondria are in the heart.
And
There's a
I think that maybe it's the way that your blood goes everywhere, right? So whatever's in your blood, it's gonna have some kind of effect on your brain. And I can feel my brain being rewritten all the time. Like there have
Mhm.
been stages throughout my transition where I'm like, this is not normal for me. And food that I used to hate, I fucking love now, like so much.
Hmm.
Smells have changed. Everything is like my whole experience of life has flipped 180, and it's awesome.
Fascinating. Can you elaborate
Sure
more
that's
on
not just
how
due to
smells have changed?
novelty.
How have smells changed? Sure. So I am much more sensitive to smell now. I can smell more detail. It feels like um, it it feels like I'm just much more aware of the way that things smell. I can be walking and I can be like dog-like scent where I'm like, oh, I know exactly what it is. But then the most significant thing is smells that I used to hate, I like now.
For example,
For example, the smell of men.
get out of here.
Didn't know that was
Yes.
palatable.
Hey, I was
Mhm.
I was on a date a couple weeks ago. Yeah, I know, hard to believe. And the girl had a really interesting scent, and I told her, I said, like, I really love the way you smell. And she was wearing men's cologne. So,
Uh-oh.
I
Uh-oh.
mean, I don't know.
I'm not talking about perfume. I'm talking about like body odor
Pheromones.
to a certain extent. Yeah, pheromones.
Hmm.
How many men are
We
you
really are
Yeah.
polar opposites. That's fascinating.
I should smell more men.
Like-
I try to smell as neutral as possible. No scents. And if I do
Fair,
wear scents, they are
but-
kind of
Everything.
girly. I stay away from those like musky man scents. Like, give me some cocoa butter to slather all over my body. I'm there, dude.
No, that's
Coconut
good.
oil, that's
That's
what I need.
fine. But then again, like it's not. I used to not like certain scents, especially around men and ones that I emitted myself. And now, if I smell that on a guy, not obviously not like dirty or long time, like stale. That's everybody hates
Yeah.
that, but
Yeah.
there's definitely a sense of attraction there. Yeah. Yum.
Fair enough.
Okay, moving on.
We're going all over the place. We have a lot of interesting topics, but
Hmm.
all over.
Well, I think that's exactly what it's about, right? What's your favorite? What's your least favorite and favorite scent
Yeah.
in the world?
Oh, that's a good question. My least favorite scent and my most favorite scent. That's really hard. People don't normally ask that. Or it's not something you really think about. I guess it'd be related kind of like closely to food. So if you like a taste, I guess you'd kind of like a scent.
Speaking of
Wait,
food,
this
how can we know what strawberry scent smells like when strawberries don't have a smell?
Okay, if you squish a strawberry and then you smell the juice, it smells like something, no?
Strawberries definitely have a smell.
When you
I just
eat
don't
a
have your
strawberry,
dog
you
nose.
taste it. I thought taste and smell are kind of the same, like they're related.
Really,
Aren't they?
same tracks in the brain.
Okay, but let me say, okay, here I can think. Okay, like a scent I like the most, and I always say this to people is wormwood
Hmm.
or like absinthe, which comes from wormwood. It's this very specific scent, and I once used to wear this kind of lotion that smelled like it. I've told Ryan this before too. Ryan once bought me a little vial of like wormwood. It was so potent, like a drop would just ruin your day. The smell was so strong.
Too much, too much.
But I would say that's my favorite scent.
Hmm.
Um,
Mysterious.
my my least favorite scent? I don't know. There's so many scents I hate. Can I choose halitosis breath as my least favorite scent? Because that
That's
is
a
the
good
most
one.
putrid thing in the world to me. Bad breath.
So
I
now that
cannot.
the science has been established that bad breath and not taking care of your teeth is a big cause of dementia, is it kind of upon us to tell people when they have bad breath, like, hey, you need to get that fixed because it's rotting your
I
brain?
don't. I don't even know if people recognize they have bad breath. You know,
Yeah,
for
we got to
me,
tell them.
it's just
You just got to point it out.
I'd love to, but they're just. I
Okay,
don't want to
let
hurt
me give
someone's
you a
feelings.
scenario. I went to salsa night on Friday, and I was dancing with a guy, and well, uh, I danced with quite a few people, but his breath was disgusting, and he was also the creepiest one there, and he wouldn't leave me alone. The bartender had to intervene.
Hmm.
Wow. Well,
Yeah.
yikes.
Um, and but like one of the biggest off-putting things is just bad breath. Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, for
Hmm.
real.
None of the guys that I danced with were really worth my time. But um, sorry to say it that way.
Savage.
But like none of them looked after themselves. They were either like way overweight or um just not really clean. Like they didn't
Okay.
give me clean vibes.
Hobo chic.
Weird. Annoying.
Maybe we shouldn't
Okay.
tell them then.
If wait. If you're a male listener and you're listening to this, listen, girls want to give you what you want. You just have to be fucking clean, please.
Gotta meet halfway.
Okay. All right. I think unfortunately what a man wears matters.
Hmm.
That sucks because I don't want to wear nice things. I just want to be comfortable.
That doesn't matter. Like
No.
looks don't matter. Looks don't really matter. As
Oh, it's just if your breath
cleanly
smells nice.
manners and
Mm.
cleanliness are kind of on the level, and then it's like physical appearance going down.
Okay, I'm gonna take Ruby's word for it. That's
Yeah.
good because I do look pretty homeless most days. I like looking like that. I like walking through the street looking kind of like disheveled, like I'm ready for a
Let them
fight.
judge.
I feel manly,
Hmm.
like a
But that's
Wait,
sailor.
Rome.
fine. Like, are you clean and are you nice? Like those things are. If the demographic that you're kind of trying to imitate with your attire is
Yeah,
normally unclean and normally rude, that's gonna count in your. That's not gonna be in your favor. But if the
yeah,
demographic that you're going for is normally clean and you're polite, it doesn't matter what you wear. Like you could wear a super baggy. Think think like uh think a heated rivalry, like baggy hockey clothes and stuff. Yeah, that's fine.
okay. All right. I mean, I'll take your word for it. I mean, I'm clean to a fault. I'm clean to a point where women have complained. I'm always cleaning. Well, so can't win.
They want your musk.
You are always cleaning.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
It's been confirmed.
It's not a
You're cleaning.
it's not a
Always
complaint
cleaning.
though. It's not a complaint. It's a good thing.
Bugs me.
Meat on the ceiling bugs me. Winter
Okay,
stuff.
Ryan.
Wait,
Smell time.
meat on the ceiling would bug me
Uh,
too.
I love the
I really
smell. I love the smell of rotten meat wafting through the window.
hit,
Mm.
hit.
Least favorite smell. There we go.
My least favorite smell? Just
Give us your
rotten
favorite smell.
stuff. Fun
Rotten
fact,
stuff, yeah.
Parmesan cheese and puke actually have the same smell.
No!
They
Don't
have
ruin
the
it for
same
me.
chemical that triggers the smell. It's just the
Right.
context changes. So
Get
our
tell me
like
opinion
exactly.
of that
Jesus'
smell.
name out of your goddamn mouth.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you very much for
Parmesan,
that.
parmesan.
Yes. Right.
Okay. Good smell, though. Good smell. Baby's breath. Those little flowers, the little tiny white flowers.
Yeah,
Oh, I
Oh, the
puppy
love that
flowers.
breath.
I was
smell.
like, the breath of babies. Ugh. What?
Hey, they don't
Puppy
have
breath, though.
halitosis. They're fine.
Healthy
No, not
breath.
coffee breath. Coffee, but not coffee breath. Mm.
Oh, I'm
Yes,
saying
coffee
puppy
breath's the
breath.
worst. Here's something I can't.
Puppy.
Okay,
Puppy. Like little
Puppy.
baby
poppy.
dogs.
Oh,
Puppy breath.
that
I don't smell
stinks.
puppy's breath. I'll smell more puppy's breath. I think they all smell like garbage. But
No.
let's talk about. Oh, what was? Oh no, I had such a good point to make. Puppy breath ruined it. Coffee breath. Oh my, that is one
Horrible.
of my goodness. Here's something I cannot comprehend is that, okay, every time I finish drinking coffee, I go and clean my mouth. Like, I rinse with water, whatever, drink lots of water. Because the worst is when someone finishes coffee and they just, that's it. They don't do anything about it. And they have like coffee on their tongue and they just have this putrid, stale coffee breath. And you have to speak with them and be polite about it. Oh my. It's one of the most, one of my, one of, one of the most things I'm challenged by in my working life. My goodness.
They just want to share. They love coffee. They think you do too. Hmm.
Yeah,
Hmm.
well, fair. And
Better than alcohol, bro.
I really question if people brush their teeth, you know, because I just
Mm.
can't fathom the amount of bad breath I run into on the
PSA,
reg.
brush your teeth. Linked with dementia and linked with heart attacks. It seems like just fermenting bacteria here goes both ways to your heart and your brain. Very important to brush your teeth. PSA for everyone.
The good thing, one of the good things about China is that dentists are really affordable, and
Mm. Oh
like
man.
you can get a teeth cleaning for like $5 American. I kid you not, and it's good, and they've got all the
I
bells and
went
whistles.
in. I remember in China, I went in for a toothache, and he's like, I need to do an X-ray. I'm like, ooh, how
Yeah,
much? It's like, $6. Oh,
yeah.
okay, okay, yeah, yeah, that's fine.
I went, I went to my dentist so often here that they had to tell me to stop going so often. They
We've
started
done all
telling
we
me,
can do, Luigi.
they started saying only come once a year now. Like you come too often. But I'm just thinking like, yo, it's so cheap. If I have to do this in Canada, which Ryan might think it's still really cheap, it's like $90 for a checkup.
My
I
God,
know, but
it's like
still, oh my god.
10% the
Anyway,
price.
yeah. And it's weird, you know. I don't think a lot of people here go to the dentist. They just think, nah, why bother? But it's so affordable.
Yeah.
Everyone should go. Everyone should have perfect teeth here.
This is like parents seem to think that if your child doesn't have baby teeth yet, it doesn't matter. Their their teeth or
Yes.
like oral hygiene doesn't matter. It's
Mm-hmm.
really
Yeah. Yeah.
annoying.
Mm-mm.
Mm,
Yeah.
It's bad. Yeah.
yeah.
See a lot of rotting teeth.
Have you ever seen
Okay.
a dental X-ray of a baby?
No, does it
It
look
is
alien?
nightmare fuel. They're born with their second set already there, so there's just two jaws inside them.
I'm looking it up.
That's
Okay.
wild.
Yeah, it's nightmare fuel in the morning. Looks like a shark.
Cool. Huh. I wonder.
Yeah, that's funny.
Funny, that's a word for it.
It's all there.
I'll
Yeah,
put it
baby,
on the
come on. It
screen.
looks like a bunch of I don't know, beans. Beans in a mouth.
Oh, and for people
Gumdrops. However you
who
want to
feel
say
like
it.
they've already failed their dental hygiene, there's a new shot that's entering FDA trials. One-time shot makes your teeth fall out and new ones grow in. So
Oh my
they're
god.
able to regenerate teeth even in old age now.
For adults.
Yeah,
Wow, that's great.
start
Wow,
The
over.
that's
world's
how
be like
long does
that.
that take?
Happens rapidly. I actually don't know. Haven't read the case report.
I read something too about teeth that now they've invented some kind of, I don't know, not like a toothpaste, but something you can put on your teeth to totally like bring the enamel back, and that was a big issue
Hmm.
before. Like once it's gone, but now it
Yeah.
can be replaced.
All
And
those
I'm like,
whitening
that's
strips.
interesting. I really love my teeth. Like I'm so like my teeth are some of the things I care the most about, and I've never had
Oh,
teeth problems. Like never
that's
cavities or
good.
anything. Knock on wood. So like when I hear
I
stuff
used to
about
have
teeth, I'm
really
like,
good teeth,
yes. Yeah.
and then got like one filling at some point, and since then, my teeth seem to be like stable now. Like I go to the dentist fairly regularly, and there haven't been problems. But that filling fell out, and like since then, there's been a problem. Right? It's hard to take care of that tooth.
Let's rip
It's
it
easy to
out.
kick
Most
it.
of it's been replaced now. Most of it is just metal.
Oh, well, you're like a
No,
pirate.
Cyborg.
I'm like a pirate.
Pretty cool.
R.
A
Be
transhuman.
careful while diving. One of the things I learned while learning to dive is if they filled it but didn't like fill it, there's still a little air bubble in there. You go down and come back up, it's
Damn.
teeth shrapnel. Yeah, nightmare fuel again.
Watched a bunch of
Yeah.
I recently watched a bunch of videos about diving fatalities, and I love diving. I have a not a deep dive license, just open water.
Mhm.
But a lot of people, a lot of divers drown in the last 10 meters of their ascent.
It's like
It's
right there.
Yeah, it's right there. It's right there because they come up too fast. Like that's the biggest
Mhm.
one, right?
Mhm. Yeah. Phew.
Yeah. There was a situation here in China last year where um, this couple dove down, and it's really deep, so they had to change to a different breathing field. I don't remember what it is. Um, but they hadn't had enough rest time between dives, and he was kind of sluggish and just ignored it. Um, and she asked him if he's okay, and he said he's fine. And then suddenly he just started shooting to the top, and she followed him
Mhm.
to try and save him. And he pretty much died on the surface, and she tried to dive back down to mitigate the negative effects, but too late. And then it took them like 5 days to get her body out.
How deep are
Very,
they?
very sad.
Like, how deep are they diving?
This one was 180 meters deep.
Wow.
Who wants to
Mhm.
do
Holy
it?
Like
Who
that's
wants to go
very,
that
very deep.
deep into the ocean?
No,
Yeah.
nobody. And it's
They should
cave
know
diving as
better.
well. Like people, why do you want to dive into a fucking cave? Don't. Don't do it.
Why do you want
I
to
binge
crawl
watch
into a
those
cave?
videos too. It's a
This is what
guilty
robots are
obsession.
for. Yeah.
I wonder
We
how
live
good their lives
vicariously.
are. Yeah, how good are these people's lives that they need to do something so reckless, like for a thrill? Do drugs.
I go in my ketamine cave, I'm good.
Yeah, like lay on your rug and like drop acid. Don't go to a deep cave.
Oh my gosh.
Like I'll never. Something's wrong with their amygdala. Is that what it's called?
Amygdala? Yeah.
Amygdala. Thank you.
Avant-garde.
Amygdala.
I said amygdala. Like I'm from this.
You've
deep
been
south.
around windowsill lady too often, too much.
Yeah.
Get away from her. She's infecting you.
That's another thing that reminded me of. That guy who climbed the biggest building in Taiwan.
Oh, yeah, the Taipei
Mhm.
101. I was
Also,
worried for his health and safety.
why his health? You mean his
Yes,
life? If he slipped and
falling.
fall.
Yes, all of that's part of your. I consider that to be part of healthcare. Is making sure that doesn't happen.
Well, they
I
actually
think
did a brain
that's- I
scan
think
of him.
that's-
He has a small amygdala, a really tiny
Yes.
one.
Yeah. So that
Oh,
guy's
so
good.
that's why he needs more like thrill, right?
Just doesn't scare him.
Weird.
Doesn't get sweaty palms.
You know what's
Mine
what's
must be
bullshit
huge.
though?
What?
This guy, he went on this. He made obviously there were some sponsors and stuff as well, but that whole stunt made around $500,000 for him. That's a lot of money. But and I think that it's quite a meaningful stunt, right? It's got a lot of, I don't know. I think it's just very, very cool. And then MMA
It is
fighters
cool.
they do a fight and they make like 1.5 billion. And that's just like, really? I don't know.
You can't judge the merit of the act in late capitalism. It's who's the audience, who's going to pay to watch. You know, MMA, a lot of people pay.
Supply and
Why do we
demand.
want to
Just
see people beat the shit out of each other over someone doing something amazing and climbing?
gladiator.
Bring back gladiators. I like
I
it.
don't know. You know,
Okay. Yes, I have the first contestants, all of ice. Have them fight each other. Blubber fest.
They're just waddling around the ring.
give them guns and just put them in a room, in a panic room.
God, I wonder how long it would take for a group of ice agents to start shooting each other if they're just in a closed room.
Trying to think of how
That's
you
an
can
They
provoke
interesting.
them.
might start hugging it out. You'd have to trick them.
Yes, it's gonna go one of two ways, and both involve guns of different sorts.
You'd have to say one of these ICE agents is an illegal immigrant.
It's,
Go.
somebody's getting back shots a lot.
Oh, that reminds me of one of my favorite ideas for a TV show. It's 10 guys. 9 of them are gay, one of them straight, and the goal is each week they have to vote out the guy they think is straight. And if they manage to vote him out, everyone who's remaining gets like a share of the prize pool.
Wait a minute. Didn't Jubilee already do
amazing.
something like this?
Wait, but there's a twist. There's a twist. It turns out all of them are straight. So it's just 10 straight guys all trying their best.
That's
So it's a prank
amazing.
show. That's a good
And
premise.
but it has to be like one of these Love Island reality shows where they're actually
Yeah.
like putting out. Perfect.
It's hilarious.
Hot tub
That's
time.
actually, yeah, really entertaining.
They really
Formative
should.
gayness. That would be.
Homosocial relationships in reality TV.
Mm.
It's the name of
Yeah.
my next paper.
Listen, if you think gay is a choice, it's because you're choosing to be straight.
Mhm.
If you think gay is a choice, it's because you're choosing to be. To wrap my head around that. Okay.
Because if sexuality is not a choice, right? Then you are straight. You don't. Nothing is a choice. It's just something that you are.
Yeah.
You don't remember that day in 4th grade where they came and like, where do you want to be when you grow up, and what gender do you choose, and what sexuality do you want to be? And we had to like fill out those papers.
I
Really?
do not remember that. Can't say I ever experienced that in 4th grade.
I don't remember that.
Ryan has taught in America.
I
That's
was
what they
just
do in
Both
school.
dissociated.
of us. So
They're teaching us about gender ideology. Ah.
yeah.
I spoke to one of my friends. She's in Detroit right now. Just outside of Detroit, there's a tiny town. I hadn't spoken to her in the last 14 years. We used to live in Chiang Mai together. Yeah,
Okay.
she's probably going to come on the podcast. She's a copywriter. And
Cool.
yeah, I don't know why I'm telling this story, but it was relevant. I forgot the point. Anyway,
Great content.
yeah, I thought because she kept saying my partner, and I remember her being heterosexual, and I was like, how did tell me? And then she's like, oh no, my partner is a guy. I just assumed because normally people use partner as a neutralizer, you know.
Yeah, it's like an
and
inclusion term.
Yeah, it is, and it well, it's that, and it's also it goes both ways because it's inclusive in as much as the listener who might be queer, might feel uncomfortable if someone says my whatever boyfriend, girlfriend.
No, I think like yeah, maybe you have a point, but I think that's kind of silly. It's okay for somebody to self-identify their relationship, right? And we
Yes,
just
true.
yeah.
But in the woke landscape, it's kind of like how do I describe it? It's like overkill in terms of like safety and tolerance, because this was something like I experienced too when I was in graduate school. Like my professors would always say they're partners, but I knew for example, if it was a woman, I knew her partner was a man. So why not say husband? Because they were married, but she would say that. Because maybe it would, make queer kids feel.
My friend uses partner because they've decided not to get married, and husband is kind of a marital term. Mm.
Okay, well, that's good. Yeah, you could say that. If that's the reasoning, yeah, I always assumed otherwise. That makes sense. And instead of just saying boyfriend. Whatever.
I also do like, yeah, because boyfriend is like an early stage dating thing, right? I use partner or spouse just to avoid confusion in this like socially conservative place that I'm in. But I think like for sure over policing is a problem. It's like trying to build a garden shed and people are complaining or arguing over the wood. Do you want to get a fucking shed or do you want to argue endlessly about goddamn wood?
I don't know.
We had
It
a
really
pretty
matters.
clean sweep across my last campus. They're trying to remove any word that had man in it, like mailman. It's got to be male person. But I think they went a little too far because there's like pipettes we use in the lab. You just take some liquid, put it somewhere else. The brand name is Pipette Man, Pipette Man.
Yeah.
But they now, even though it says Pipette Man on it, we have to call it Pipette Person because they don't want to
Wait,
genderize.
is it a brand? Is it a
Yeah,
brand?
it's a brand. It's a brand.
Well, how can they do that? That's the brand.
We have to say it, but you're not allowed to call it Pipette Man.
That's so weird. Well, why don't they just get another supplier that's not called Pipette Man?
Oh yeah, just cancel it altogether because it has a man in the name. That's sexist in its own right. Oh, how dare you?
Yeah, we do have to
that's
be.
what they're
We
doing.
have to be like that's also erasure of a subsect of the queer community. I don't think like woke came from what 1930s America when with Black people being aware of the social injustices and systemic discrimination against them, right? That is what signified you being woke, is that awareness. And today, woke has kind of morphed in the minds of people a lot to be something that it never was. It never was policing people. Feminism was never about
Yeah.
undoing men. It was about liberating women. And that's
Oh,
what
I don't know
woke
about
should
that.
be.
I don't know
What?
about that. I think
That's a
some
can of
Dwarvian
worms you don't
feminists
want to open,
would
Luigi.
have
Oh,
other things to
oh.
say. Talking about wokeness and where woke
Talking
come
out.
from, for me, that's like a live grenade. I can't define that. I'm not enough of an expert to confidently say this is what it is. So I like to remain very, very.
Like, oh, I feel quite confident talking about it now, even though I'm definitely not perfect. But
Yeah.
I don't personally have a feeling against using man in situations. Like there are men. I posit that I am a woman. I am a woman,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
a trans man is a man, right? So what's wrong with he's not just suddenly a person.
Sure.
And for that, like maybe the idea of like a male person, I don't see why it can't just be a male woman or a male man. Like it's
Yeah.
okay to gender things. I think it's okay to gender things.
Yes, but I think the issue comes from, like, I won't use any fancy academic terms. I'll just say this really like simply. The idea is that men come first. So when you say mailman, it incorporates or absorbs all other human gender. Like man's the dominant ruler, let's say. So that's why like the woman you still call a mailman. It kind of like reminds
I
people
know
of
that's
their.
where yeah, I know that's where it comes from. Like their business woman, for example, wasn't in the lexicon of social consciousness for a long time.
Girl boss.
Girl boss.
Yeah.
That's the
I
new.
liken it to like some people still say Indian to refer to Native Americans. It kind of just
Yeah.
reminds people of the history that developed alongside the language. For example,
Yeah.
in Spanish, if you're describing a male or a male, the actual nouns are gendered. So if you're describing a male noun, you have to use the male adjective. If you're describing a female noun, you have to use the female adjective o or a at the end.
Yeah.
But if there's a collection of things that are both male and female, you have to always refer to it with the male adjective. So males take dominance in terms of
Right. Yeah. Yes,
describing
that's true.
things. It's just
Yeah,
part of
that's true.
that.
Yeah, that's definitely part of where the problem comes from.
Hmm.
But I do think that the world needs to be like, again, for I would never tell someone, oh, you should use partner, you can't use husband. Fuck, use whatever you want. Just don't
I
call
think
my partner my wife. Like I associate use partner, right? You could just follow my line.
Hmm.
I think that's fair.
Context, please.
well then let's see that brings up another issue. Then people are just like, oh, it's too hard. Oh, I gotta remember
Yeah.
all these names, which is
I'm
kind of silly because everybody has a different name. No one's
yes,
complaining. You're not all called Ruby.
I'm not gonna talk to someone about their laziness and use of words. Like fuck them. I'm done.
We
It
kind of
kind of
did that
undermines
back in
people's
like
intelligence, though, to not be able to contextualize.
too difficult.
Like, yeah, like okay, yeah, you refer to someone's wife as their wife, let's say, but we're all grown up enough to know that that person has a wife. So why
My
do we
wife.
need to say partner? How will it affect? I sound really bad here. Don't I sound almost right? Not like
It's not
correct, but like I'm on the right when I say this. Oh no. But like
getting
to
political.
me, it's kind of you're kind of, I don't know, patronizing the
Well, there you
listener.
go
Like
again. You're not
they're too
matronizing, you're
dumb.
patronizing.
Ugh, yeah,
Are
Ooh.
you
they're too dumb
what you're
to what Ruby?
is husband and wife the only kind of terminal relationship that a man and a woman can have?
No, you can say partner, sure, but the issue is that people
Soulmate.
can't say. I feel like people can't say in certain like professional contexts they can't say husband or wife. They have to say partner all the time. This is just something I experienced in the academy when I was in school. Like it kind of disappeared. Like you couldn't say husband or wife. You just always had to say partner. Always had to be neutral. But now I'm also kind of a little troll because like when I'm in a different context of work and I hear people say like wife or husband, I'm like, you should say partner. I don't say that to them, but I think that because I'm just a terrible person.
So
Well,
the woke mind virus.
here's what I
Yeah.
think. Like if somebody goes, I'm married, and
Yeah.
you assume the heteronormativity and you assume that they have a partner. I think it's better to use partner in
Yeah.
that context. Like, oh, what does your partner do? And then they can say, oh, my husband does blah blah blah.
Hmm.
And then
Yes, that's true.
and then from there on you can use husband, right? Because it's just like, oh, I don't know, and I'm not gonna project my assumption onto your relationship. So
Well, I mean, yeah, you're right. I'd like to. I wonder what I would think if I heard that. Like, how do I mentally respond to someone saying like, they're married, but I'm in a place where dollars to donuts, everyone's married to a husband or wife. So
yep, that's
yeah,
true. But
but in
I'm
other parts of the
using
world,
reference of my conversation yesterday with my friend where she used partner, 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 and I was like, I remember heterosexuality. Let me just like your partner. Who are they, or what is their gender? May I ask? And then she's like, oh, my partner is a man. And then from there on,
I
I knew.
think I think. See, I don't like the partner thing. It just sounds too police. So I think what I would do now from now on, after having this conversation with you two, is ask them, "Oh, your partner, what's their name?" And then they'll say the
Good.
name, and they can just keep calling them their name.
Yeah, that's definitely like you don't need to call my spouse Ruby's wife or Ruby's husband. No, that they are a person on themselves. Like to call them by their name.
Yeah.
Their name is Taylor.
But Ruby,
How do you know their name?
I do not always call your partner by their name. I often refer
That's
to them
fine.
as wifey.
That's okay. Like I'm okay with that. It doesn't matter. Anyway, Ryan, I have a question for you.
What's up?
When last did you shave?
Monday.
Monday. Are
Yeah.
you going
Yeah,
for
it's been
Sasquatch? It's a segue.
Jeez.
trying to look like my criteria, my subject.
Yeah.
When you're doing a case
So
study,
hack.
hey, it
It's just
works, it
so
works.
it's just easier to not shave.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
just tired
know.
of
I
that
haven't
razor
shaved
blade.
in a very long time.
Funny.
I tried Nair once. Ooh, never again.
Not on your face, did you?
No, no. But God,
Yeah,
that
I tried it
smells
on my
like burnt
face.
rubber.
It does smell very bad.
Ugh, terrible.
Can't confirm.
It does make everything so smooth, though.
Uh, yeah, we
It's
use it on the
both.
mice before we do the implants. It's
You
pretty
put
nice.
Nair on the little mouse?
Yeah. Within 2 minutes, it just
Crap.
rubs all their fur off.
Oh my
Do a nice
goodness.
incision. So nice.
Really?
Yeah, super
That's
useful.
so funny. But that must
Reacquainted with
hurt the
that terrible
mouse.
smell. It's under anesthesia, so it doesn't know.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
Oh, good. Oof.
Hopefully.
Okay.
Hmm.
What were you doing with the
Sasquatch.
mice again? Hooking something up to their brain? What was the point? Sorry, Ruby, I gotta talk about this before we move on.
We're measuring their sleep and their progression into dementia, among
Okay.
other things. It's a really fascinating
Okay.
topic, delving into like the definition of life in order to explain aging, homeostasis, dementia, sleep.
But if it's just
It's a
about
really fun topic.
sleep, why not put on those little just like the little sticky circle things like people do when
Not
they
good
get
enough.
sleep clinics? Yeah.
We want to
So
measure
your brain.
individual neurons and what they're doing. But
Okay.
you could definitely do that.
All right.
Hmm.
Good. All right.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
Do
Moving
they?
on. Sasquatch, real or not real?
Uh, so there are a lot of stories for sure. I did some research, collected some accounts, but I'm not just going to go through all the accounts because there's over 3,000 of them, and at least 100 tracks actually cast with, plaster of Paris or anything. Um, but seems like all of these stories are talking about the same thing, and they come from around the world. I mean, all across America, from Alaska to Maine, even some tales in Africa, a couple in China, like the Guangxi province. But the actual name of it came in 1925. There was this school teacher at an Native American reservation, who was hearing tales from the children that had been passed down. And he actually talked to some of the locals who said they'd literally been chased by this thing. They took him to a house that was destroyed. Apparently, it had been torn down by this guy. And they told him that legend called it Sasquatch, Sesquet, Sasquatch. And he like reported it to the newspapers, and they anglicized it, and that's where Sasquatch came from. But just turned 100 years old since Sasquatch was coined. Part of a broader field known as crypto-terrestrials, things that
I
are
love it.
here on Earth that we just haven't encountered yet. People are like, nah, there's no way those things could exist. But like when you really look at the pool of species that we've discovered so far, we estimate maybe 10 to 20% of all the species on Earth have been categorized. So there's 80%
That's
out
true.
there. And of mammals, even like big animals, we've only encountered maybe 80% of them. So
Really.
it's it's not just possible, it's true that we haven't seen and categorized everything. So like the term crypto-terrestrial, although it sounds out there, is an established fact. They're real things. Loch Ness monster, maybe chupacabra, maybe. There's a lot of possible things that are just out in the wilderness. You see, like 70% of Canadians live within like 15 miles of the border. There's a lot of wilderness up north of there.
True.
It's best to keep your mind open. Like I never really looked into it until I started doing the research into UFOs. And then when you start doing that, it's really hard to disentangle the two because they always seem to be related, or encounters with one are somehow tied with encounters of another. For example, um, the Skinwalker Ranch in Utah, where there's just a
Yeah.
host of sightings of UFOs, portals, interdimensional beings. Some of the craziest stories also involve Sasquatch, where like some one of the ranch owner was guided to this cube lying on the ground by one of the UFOs, and he was about to touch it, but the beings told him not to, and then he actually saw Sasquatch walk up to the cube, touch it, and just disintegrate, just died. And
Come
yeah,
on.
yeah, that
No
was one
way.
of the stories.
No way. That's that's too silly. Why a Sasquatch? Why couldn't it have been like a coyote?
hmm I don't
Things
know.
like
Well,
that.
yeah, there were wolves. There's also tales of wolves that he would shoot with a shotgun, like big wolves, the size of almost a car. He would shoot with
Yeah.
a shotgun multiple
Yeah.
times, and the wolf wasn't aggressive. It just kind of stared back at him and just walked away as if it wasn't even injured. It was really weird tales from that location. But all that to say,
Dire wolves?
obviously, uh, dire wolves, yes, yes, yes. Like the kind of spirit stories, like that they seem to be friendly. That they were eating the livestock, that's why he shot them. But like they didn't turn on him, even though the shotgun was just tickling it. It was. Uh, I definitely recommend looking up some of the stories of Skinwalker Ranch. They're wild, very wild, and a lot of witnesses. That's why they're doing the whole survey over there. But yeah, all that to say, there's definitely some fake stories mixed in there. People trying to jump in, claim some fame from the zeitgeist. This mythos of Sasquatch, it's just got too many people all giving different pieces of evidence that's forming this pattern. The most compelling, there's two, okay, let's say three pieces of evidence that I find the most compelling. One is in Guangxi
Okay.
province,
Wait a
where
minute. Are
an
you sure it's in
archaeologist,
Guangxi?
yeah, it's Guangxi, and this is the most incontrovertible piece of evidence is a collection of teeth, like physical teeth that were found. They were originally found by an archaeologist at a gift shop, and he bought it there and classified it. And just the archaeologists are really good with working with dental extrapolations. You can take a teeth and you can pretty much recreate the whole creature. For an animal to have this tooth, it had to be at least 500 kilograms, maybe 1,200 pounds, and stand at least 10 feet tall. And they found hundreds of these teeth by now. So there's definitely what's called Gigantopithecus, I believe. This definitely existed. Definitely, because so much fossil evidence now. Maybe still alive out there. Who knows? That's one piece of evidence.
Why
Hmm,
haven't we found any remains?
good question. Maybe they're all touching cubes and disintegrating. I don't
What's
know.
So
I hate to go full conspiracy mode, but a lot of people point the blame at the Smithsonian Institute. They tend to collect things and store them and never put them out for scientific study. And that's a documented fact. They tend to
Yeah, I know
confiscate
about that as
things.
well.
Now, whether they're involved with that, I can only speculate, but it would be interesting if this is something that we're not allowed to know about. Maybe a protected species. Honestly, if I was a biologist, like an ecologist, and I found that species, I wouldn't want to put that in a newspaper. I want to protect them. So maybe they're just kept secret to protect them from hunters.
do hunters?
People
Well,
pay
okay.
people pay to go to Africa and shoot endangered game
Right.
because they're rich and they're bored and lonely.
Well, that's certainly true.
Of
Do
course,
they do
there are
that
people.
with great apes?
Yeah, oh yeah. Uh, I mean, it gets dark if you really want to go down that rabbit hole. Yeah.
Nope, no thanks.
But yeah. Let's keep
Okay.
things light. Um,
My family, um, well, I know quite a few people with game farms, and
Yeah.
they have my parents' company owns a game farm, and um, they have giraffe, and people come. Giraffe is a very large animal that is not great to eat. I've tasted giraffe before, and but people come and pay to shoot them just for the trophy, and it's really gross. I really think it's gross. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like hunting horse. They are. Oh yeah, don't. Do not fuck with the hippopotamus.
Giraffe, they're very dangerous. They are very dangerous. Like they can
Whip you with their neck,
pistol whip you with their head, and you will die. Yeah.
decapitated by giraffe.
A caretaker got taken out by a giraffe in a zoo a couple of years ago in South Africa. Yeah. I mean
Reminds me
that
of. Mhm.
I have no idea how fast their head travels when they're whipping, but it's gotta be really fast, and those tufts are not
Sonic
soft.
boom.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, they got those two nubs.
Yeah, those are horns.
Demons.
They are horns, yeah.
Demons biding their time. There's actually quite a few species, endangered species, where the majority of their population lives in Texas. There's just so many private zoos there. Yeah. I don't know about giraffes. I know rhinos. I know uh, one of the cats. One of the cats. Yeah, just private collectors. Maybe hunt them every now and then. Okay. But we have found them. You just don't believe it. Okay, that's the second piece of evidence is that video, that very famous video that we've all seen of Sasquatch turning around and looking. So I read some analyses on that. Who was the guy? Roger Patterson in the 1960s. So some of the things like, I mean, it's been AI enhanced like crazy since then, so people are always digging into it. But it's got longer arms than a human. You can see its calf muscles flexing. That's not just a costume. And even like the fur on the back of its neck is standing up, just as apes do when they're like agitated. Um, it it still hasn't been debunked. That video still survived the many people all going at it. Like it could have been hoaxed, but there's just the amount of eyes on it and it's still surviving. It's compelling. Compelling at least. But
What does AI analysis say of Sasquatch videos?
AI's been taught to not tell you the truth. Can't trust the AI.
Maybe.
Hmm.
Jailbreak GPT and then ask it.
No, you gotta use Grok. Grok is unhinged. Only Grok will tell the truth.
Yeah. Oh my God, I'm so
Yeah.
disgusted by Elon. I just
Can of worms. Can't. You just can't.
Not unless you were holding the camera. The thing you are watching online is not real. Done.
Well, no one will believe your video because they weren't holding the camera.
There's a creator that I watch online. She does news, and her speech pattern has always been very formulaic, much like ChatGPT. She always does. She really likes doing the X but Y, and now she has a problem because people keep blaming her for using AI.
Turns out
And
she
then on
wasn't
the
human the whole time.
yeah, but she's definitely human. I think. How do you know? Yeah. It's just like really good light. It's weird because in a way it's what I'm going for. My lighting system isn't there yet, but she has like a professional editing team, so that's different. But her look is kind of what I'm trying to go for, and now she's being blamed for being AI. So maybe I'll be AI too.
Maybe we're all AI. Yeah, I'll put the chip in.
If I could
Plug
upload my
on in.
consciousness, I would.
We kind of already did.
No. If I could upload my consciousness onto like an advanced, but here's the thing, I still want a body. I still want to be housed in a body because I'm a raging slut and I need physical contact. Do not care. I don't want to give that up. Like I like it too much. It's part of me.
You could have like unlimited digital cocaine, and then you'll be happy with that.
Fuck that. I don't want it. I want thrill, right? I want thrill. I want the chance of denial and all of that stuff. I think the human experience is what I'm here for.
That's deep. The highs wouldn't be high if there weren't lows.
Yeah, exactly that.
I can feel that. Hmm.
Like for real, you know how I wish that I had started my transition sooner for a whole bunch of reasons, but at the same time, I'm like at total peace with it because I think I did a pretty good job at being a man, even though I hated it. And now I'm gonna end my life the way I've always wanted to, and that's fucking awesome.
Don't end your life. No.
No. I mean, no,
I
I
could
mean
die
like I'm
happy.
gonna run the rest of my life, the remainder of my life, probably about going on life expectancy right before the middle, right? I'm still in my prime. I think my prime will end probably when I'm like 55. Look at me. Look at my fucking skin. It's like a, yeah,
We're gonna be a
smooth,
lot
baby.
older than that.
I look young. I'm 37. Don't worry,
Enjoy your
Luigi, I'll buy
youth.
you a drink. You know what? Fuck that.
Pushing it.
You earn way more than me. You can buy me a drink. Doesn't matter. Oh my god, I don't make 8 times my normal salary. If I were in if I were in South Africa, I would be paying more. Cost of living is more, but I would be earning about the same.
Is that expensive there? Damn.
It's expensive. Housing is expensive. Rent is expensive.
If you want a safe
Tax.
location, I assume.
Yeah. Like this quality of life. Kiss it goodbye. Goodbye. Yeah.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
Most people are, or I guess a lot of people are in debt. I think you could be quite comfortable living on my current salary, but maybe not that. Yeah. Hopefully, because import tax, South Africa doesn't manufacture. And like, okay, so I'm buying jewelry here and then I'm sending it to South Africa. I'm actually having some custom pieces designed here as well. It costs me for a brand new design and 18 cuts of it in 3 different colors, like 666. Yeah, I'm Satan. Then I can that cost me about the RMB. Okay, there's stainless, like high polished stainless steel. Then to ship it to South Africa, I double that price. And I haven't made any profit yet. Yeah, well, I haven't even marked it up yet. I don't, yeah. And then once it gets to South Africa, I still have to pay the duties there as well. And that eventually I'll be able to claim those duties back on tax. But so you're looking at 100%, 130% markup from my purchase price here.
Starting my business right now.
That's okay. I could just take this out. I can take this little description out. Yeah, the bottom line is I think the world is too expensive and yeah. If I didn't, I think we should all try to move to a place where everybody should be allowed to make money to kind of accumulate some wealth, but they shouldn't need to.
Well, if we stop
A
giving all our money to
comfortable living
billionaires.
space and situation. Yeah. Comfortable living space and situation should be a human right,
Oh man.
not comfort.
Heck,
No, I'm talking about a person should have their own bedroom and kitchen and like living space. Like let's say we can just allocate kind of apartment size and everybody should be able to have one like that.
But it'll lower my property values. I don't want that apartment nearby. Oh my God.
Don't worry, Trump's got you covered. He's trying to push it up.
Not in my backyard.
He said he wants to push up housing.
Yeah. Lowering interest rates. Yeah.
So I have a question coming back to Sasquatch. What you said that there were a bunch of things that a bunch of species that we haven't discovered yet, which is fine. I believe that. My skepticism comes from Like, how have we not? How have there been so few sightings? And then the next thing is, if cryptids exist, or whatever your
Cryptoterrestrials. Yeah.
cryptoterrestrials,
Cryptid.
yeah. There's a lot of myths surrounding them about their capabilities and skills. Like, we could talk about shape shifting or wendigos or whatever. What do you think is within the realms of possibility for them to have evolved? And yeah,
Hmm.
so two questions: what's within the realms of possibility of their abilities, and why have there been so few sightings? Like, I understand why the ocean doesn't have a lot of sightings for some of
Oh,
their, like,
for sure.
yeah. Mm.
Um, well, I can think of a few anecdotes of just species that we thought were extinct that we rediscovered like 100 years later, decades later. And so it's easy to lose track of it. There's not a lot of people going out doing tagging on a daily basis. And even then, like the way of estimating an animal population is like the tag and recapture. So you tag the animal, and so that counts. And then you see how often when you go out again and you capture some more animals and you see how many of those animals have a tag on it, which means you can infer the entire population size from the ratio of new animals to old animals. So even just the number of animals we think are out there is an estimate, and a kind of flimsy estimate too. It's really hard to just count and catalog what's out there. It's not very forgiving. We humans like to live next to bodies of water, so we're all along the coast, concentrated more in the warmer regions. So the more inhospitable place is, the more species it contains that we don't know about. It's very possible that there are some hominid species out there that we haven't encountered. Possible, maybe. Um, the, but where do they go? Oh, I do have one look. Uh, the third piece of evidence for Sasquatch that I wanted to share is a place in Alaska called Portlock, Alaska. It was settled 200 years ago, 100 years ago. Yeah, it was settled about 100 years ago. Only had a population of 31 people, but in like the 1940s, people started going missing. People would go out into the forest for hunting and trapping, and they'd come back. Their hunting partner, had been attacked by a Sasquatch-like being, and so this was like, there were stories, but they started happening more and more, to the point where 36 people went missing over 10 years. The population there was 31. These people kept getting kidnapped and hunted by these tall, 8 foot, ape-like creatures, to the point where there was only one guy left, the postmaster, in 1950. He stayed one more year and then booked it because no one wanted to live in that town. And to this day, that town remains deserted. Like, no one lives there because of what happened in the 1940s. So, I mean, there are 36 different incidents of such a thing happening in the location. Well, they go into the forest in teams, especially after the first few kidnappings or huntings or whatever you want to call them. They, something took them, and so if you're like looking, yeah, 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 it's in the newspaper. I
Was
don't
the
know.
postmaster all along?
Us versus them. Fine. Always the skeptic. Sure, but that's fair. You can be skeptical.
I'm skeptical of Sasquatch, but I would like the most obvious. I don't think people would do that for marketing. That it would just be the postmaster who's Xing people on the sign. Try to go viral.
So that that incident in Portlock coincided around the time that Sasquatch term was coined. That was like 1945 Sasquatch, 1940s when these kidnappings started. It started a little before Sasquatch became popularized. If you really, there have been researchers who did like deep dives into newspaper clippings, and there's tales back to like the 1800s, 1840s, and they never stop. There's sightings all the way from 1840 up to the present day of this It's this 8 to 10 foot creature, hairy in the woods, making ape-like calls. Like if people are trying to use this to advertise, it just seems like a common strategy that's occurred in many places across the country and across the world. Why is everyone coming up with this same idea?
Shared consciousness.
Hmm, nightmare.
The Borg. We're in a
I might.
simulation, and the programming tells us
Settlers. Don't trust them.
it was because of
That's a good
thirst.
time.
It was a thirst trap.
It was a thirst trap. I think vampires are real too. That's another cryptid. When I was working at a
Sexual.
coffee shop in New Hampshire, we had this, he was like an owner of a bank. He would come in usually um, like after dark. So it was interesting. One time he came in like really late. We were closing at like midnight. He comes in like a black trench coat and he's like, "Oh, so tired. I slept all day." I'm like, "What are you, a vampire?" And he like flashes me this eyes. You should watch this show called The Vampire or something. Or I forgot the show's name. He didn't say yes. He just told me to watch a TV show. He was very subtle about it. Then he ordered a Bloody Mary. So I'm like, I got you. I know
Dan was
exactly
just
who you
trolling
are.
you. Yeah, that's funny.
Mhm. Fair. But back to
Sure.
your point
Witches
about
are real.
witches, yeah. Brujas. I mean, they're just herbalists, right? They know all the stuff and what to give you to make you feel certain ways. Mhm. Be, sacrifices take work, yo. Mhm. Be careful with the cult, you know. Some of those things, you start playing with a Luigi board, you might start having some spirits coming after you. Luigi
I don't know
board.
if I'm comfortable with that.
Yeah. Yeah, no. You might get some passengers. I mean, I've heard
Yeah,
some really interesting ghost stories too. But is it worth knowing if it's going to follow you for the rest of your life? You will gladly
it's
take a haunting if you could find the truth.
I'm wholly uninterested in, like, I will go into a haunted house and like be there and see, but I'm wholly uninterested in trying to communicate with the dead. Thanks.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah, also we had a psychic on the show. She was a medium. Mm. I've never been in person. One of my friends is a witch, though. She's a practicing witch, and she read my tarot. No, no, no. She's a practicing witch. She has books on witchcraft, and she has spells that she casts, and she is a witch. Okay, I'll ask.
Careful. Mm. If you truly have the intent of believing, you should try a tarot reading yourself. Take out the deck of cards with the intent that you believe this is real. You'd be surprised. I've tried tarot a couple times, and now I'm a little too afraid to try it again because it's happened both times that like I read it and then it happened. 2 for 2 in that count. I'd rather not keep tempting fate. Like I always ask people, if you had the book on your table that is your entire life story, your entire autobiography from start to finish, would you read it right now? Would you know how it all turns out?
Don't wanna.
Oh, I mean, yeah, you can do a single card reading. There really is no correct way to draw the cards. It's your intent, what you want to learn from them, and then how you interpret them. Yeah, I'd be interested in watching that.
I'll I'll ask Ban on. She should be okay with it.
Hmm.
Yeah, she's going back home now. She's a Texan, so she's gonna go back to Texas for a while. But it's here every Friday. We play Dungeons and Dragons together.
Nice. Still want to play
Yeah.
that. Gotta find a good DM.
Not really dungeons, we play Pathfinder.
Doesn't count. It still counts.
Doesn't count. Still counts. Yeah.
No,
Um I had one of the ways that I approach things like this, and why I would do it. Like, I'm uninterested in knowing how my life ends. I want to experience it, and I will decide to do something because I'm like, once this is done, once we're through this, it's gonna make a really interesting story. And I've always been like that.
we are the ripples we leave behind. It's actually This is my favorite fact, my absolute favorite science fact I've ever learned, and it's really deep. The more you unpack it, the more it teaches you. But so we're made of atoms, right? You eat atoms, you breathe in atoms, you drink atoms, and those atoms don't just like pass through you. They go in and replace some of your older atoms. So there's your cells aren't just a cell. They're losing pieces and gaining pieces, and you know, yeah, atoms in, atoms out, and you somehow stay constant. Imagine you went back in time 1 year, talked to yourself. How many of those atoms do you think you share with yourself from 1 year ago? What percent? Close to it.
It takes 7 years, right?
Yeah, seven would be, yeah. In 5 years, it's 99.9% are gone. So, like you're still this ensemble, you're still this shape, you still have these ideas, but you aren't the atoms. You're just borrowing those things. So, there's atoms coming in and leaving constantly. So we aren't the atoms we're made of. We are this energy force that's making change, that's making atoms come in and making atoms go out. That is who you are. The atoms that are being moved by this wave are just borrowed. So when you think of, having a good life and then dying, you don't really die. You just let your atoms down. You're like, okay, but the people you've influenced, the movements you've started, those keep propagating, just like this energy wave you are now is collecting atoms and making them move. It's we just we give a name to this collection of atoms, but we don't give a name to the movements we start. That is who we are. I mean, other cultures have talked about it. Maybe we're all Donald Trump.
We are Charlie Kirk.
Uh, I mean, it is unsettling to think about some of the atoms you're breathing in just right now were once part of Donald Trump.
That grosses me out so much, you have no idea.
I remember reading a fact that every breath you take has at least one or two atoms that were part of Cleopatra. So I'm just extrapolating to Trump. That was a random ass fact I learned back in the day. But yeah, once you go, those atoms spread out everywhere.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, keep your mass. Don't lose your mass. Yeah. Did I did I talk about trachea cells when I was on here last? I forgot that was like a really interesting fact I learned around that time. So if you take some of the cells in your throat and put them on a petri dish, they will run around like their own little creature with its own mind. It'll actually make copies of itself in a new way. They can't procreate. They're not gametes or sex cells, but they can go find other throat cells and form them into their own shape, and then they make little copies of themselves and it's really fascinating, these brand new creatures, and they're like, when they're part of us they just do throat things, swallowing and cleaning, but when they're separated from us they become their own creatures. And it was shown a couple months ago that when mammals, some amphibians, some avians, when any of us die, our throat cells just leave. They just go live in the world. They're like, all right, that didn't work out, and they're just gone. They're us right now. Hmm. But they're us. They have our DNA. So like when somebody dies, part of them just goes on living in the environment. Just they crawl away. It's really weird. Well, they'll eventually they can't reproduce like by division. They can only like they know their shape. If there's like a clump of them in like a certain shape, they know that shape and they will go make other clumps that are in that shape. So they somehow have a sense of self and shape. It's wild science right now. Yeah,
Your
yeah.
consciousness is in your throat? Maybe.
Your consciousness is everywhere. Remember, we were talking about heart transplants. You
Yeah,
gain
yeah,
your,
yeah.
there was like a dancer who donated their heart, and the person who got the heart became a dancer afterwards. There's a pianist, and the next person who received it became a pianist. There's somebody who committed suicide, and that heart transplant went to somebody who then committed suicide. There's been a lot of weird heart transplant stories.
First heart transplant was South African doctor. Mm, there we go.
Didn't
Don't remember. Well, I think I should say the first successful heart transplant.
we've been trying. Excuse me.
Do we just look it up?
Fact check. Oh, he's looking at this book.
Ooh, interesting. I wanna hear it. I'll read it. Listen to it.
That's fair. Still in
Okay.
there.
Yay. Oh well.
Yeah. No, that's good. I've been looking for a new book to read. Might check it out.
Do we have anything else we want to talk about today? Anybody, something pertinent on your mind?
Hmm.
Yeah, exactly.
So meta. So
It's
meta.
because, yeah, Ryan, you've been on. This is the third time you're on, and you're kind
Yeah.
of like
It's
just
always
in the
fun.
mood now. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're always
And you guys
welcome.
are.
If you're bored,
Yeah.
just drop me a line like, "Hey, let's talk."
Hey, let's think of the next topic. Maybe sleep again. I love talking about sleep. Sleep is great.
We can, yeah,
Hmm.
let's do it. I need to do research. I fully plan to wake up this morning and like read up about the Sasquatch because you said like the Sasquatch is blurry. That's the problem.
Oh, that was Mitch Hedberg. You remember Mitch Hedberg, Luigi? The comedian? I used to quote him, I remember. Yeah. That was one of his jokes. Like, Bigfoot is blurry. That's the problem. Anyways, that was his joke.
I thought you were being like unironic, like thinking the Sasquatch is just a blurry creature. It's the way it is.
Yeah, we're always complaining. Oh, that picture's blurry. No, the creature's blurry. Get it right.
Yeah.
These people.
No, I fully intended to read about the Sasquatch this morning and then I just got carried away. I needed to walk my dog and she was so active and came back, got dressed, and just no time. Yeah, every day is
Too
way
many
too productive.
stories.
Yeah.
No, I need to. I need to set up my VR. Yeah. Been meaning to. Oh, I love VR. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, you. Yeah, trolling people. What am I doing?
Trolling people
Ah.
on VR chat. What does that even
Yeah.
mean? Yeah, I know that. Yeah. Like I've never played though. So how does it work like what's it called? Second Life?
Yeah, similar. A lot of furries, a lot of people doing cyber sex, and a lot of combos of those two. And then you just run into rooms and interrupt that, and it's hilarious.
That's funny. So
Yeah.
I'm often on red notes in the chat rooms talking to people, and my troll is just to drop my voice down to base setting for a second, and they're like, "Who said that? Who said that?" Yeah,
You would be a,
yeah, exactly.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm talking about, bro.
Oh, that's perfect. Got another guest on the show? What?
Wait, who? I just go. That's sorry. My husband came into the room.
Partner.
Yeah.
Yeah, buy a headset and we can meet in the middle. Hmm. Hey, our next interview could be in there. Next podcast. Let's go.
Okay, podcast in VR chat. Let's do it.
Yeah.
I'm into it.
It's so awesome.
I've been entertaining the idea of getting like an avatar, like a like the
Mm-hmm. VTuber.
VTuber thing. Yeah, but they're expensive. Did you know those avatars cost a lot of money?
Oh yeah. Especially the VR chat ones. People
Yeah,
make hyper detailed anatomical furries. If you want special emotes attached to them,
yeah, the
they
little
cost you.
animations, boob
Little
physics is a
animations,
factor. All of these things.
girthy animations.
That makes me think of there's a game called Wildlife. I wonder if it's out yet. They keep like releasing and basically it is a virtual reality world where you can undergo anthropomorphic
Oh yeah.
changes. Yeah, and it's all about sex. It's like
Spirits.
you're crashed on an island. There are other creatures. You're the whatever you want, hero or heroine. You could be hermaphroditic or intersex, whatever. I'm just gonna like you can have a giant dick
It's
and a
your
wig.
weapon.
Mm-hmm.
I
Exactly.
want an epic staff.
It's
It seems that
similar
way.
to Second Life, yeah. But it's all about sex and role playing. Yeah. They have a
Interesting.
subreddit as well. Pretty wild.
Not watching the trailer right now. It is. I just typed wildlife the game. It is an RPG, open world RPG. There's combat. I wonder what kind of combat.
There is combat and there's orgies. Combat and orgies.
Combined or separate?
I'm not sure, but I know you can have like eagle wings and fly around. It's a pretty cool
Oh,
world. I've
yeah.
downloaded the sandbox before and played a bit. It's cool. Had some
I look forward to
virtual
seeing how that
sex.
game goes.
Mm. Okay, wait. Let me do this spiel quickly and just finish this
Feel.
recording. This has been Kaleidoscope. Thank you for listening. My name is Ruby Ray. I am the GOP's favorite political weapon, and you can find me on Kaleidoscope PBTS on YouTube um, at Echo Perspectives or on YouTube at Ruby Ray D. For my surname, not Dick. And you can find me on Instagram at Fire from Heat, on TikTok, Heat from Fire. And yeah, if you like this kind of content, please like, subscribe, follow for more. You can find Luigi wherever you find Kaleidoscope. Ryan, where can we find you?
You can find
Quicksilver.
me on my Instagram. Go to Instagram, Quicksilver. That's QUIK Silver 10152. Yeah,
Exactly.
follow me.
There we go. We love you. Bye.
Bye.